there, it's Tiffany. So today's video has been long overdue. One, I haven't been on this channel in a while, and the reason being is multitude of reasons, and I think I'll do another video to really dive into that. But this was something that's been on my heart for a long time. I just haven't spoke about it, but in doing a lot of clarity and things like that, I decided, okay, let's finally have this conversation and really get down and dirty about this. So what I want to talk about today is wealth building, and wealth building particularly when it comes to women. So for those of you who may or may not know, because I don't think that I really spoke about it here much. I think when I really stopped doing a lot of videos here was when I really started focusing on my business, Miss CFO. And when I say CFO, that's as in Chief Financial Officer. And what Miss CFO is a digital platform that provides women with the tools, resources, and knowledge to build their net worth. And so what we do is that we bring in experts from all over the globe who specialize in different areas of finances to educate women, and then we also help them to build the mindset, build the knowledge, and the skills to be able to build their net worth. And so I've been toying around with a bunch of different ideas from Miss CFO, what it's going to look like, what it's going to be, how it's going to evolve. We tried things, started things, stopped things, and did all of these things. And it's led me on a great journey of discovery and in talking to different women that I've met along the journey and doing research and things like that of what I want this platform to be and what I don't want it to be. So let's talk about what I don't want it to be first. So one of the things that I found when it comes to personal finance is that, so for those of you who don't know, let me back up a step. Personal finances is a word and a phrase that came around in the 70s. And really it was designed there to have a terminology and have a way or methodology to help people to understand and learn about what they should be doing with their money. If we think back about that time frame, so that was a time where economics was coming up on the uptick, where you go into the 80s and where cash flow was great and money was coming here, and everything was just booming and going on in that time frame. And the powers that be that developed that, I'm not really aware of that, decided to build an actual business around that of we are going to become people who are experts in helping individual consumers to understand their money. And that's where personal finance experts, that's where they originated from back in the late 70s. So what I have discovered from working in the finance industry, working for a bank, I've worked in a private equity fund, and then also working on the consumer side and working in the mortgage industry, and then just having my own business in personal finance. And I realized that there's been a lot of narrow-minded information. And when I say narrow-minded information, it's been information that has been tailored to keep people down the system and following the same system of go to school, get a good job, and then retire. The problem with that is that it keeps people stuck in that system, and it makes it very hard for them to actually build real wealth. So when a lot of the personal finance principles are not based upon wealth building, they're just based upon understanding your money and being able to manage the money that you do have. But the problem with that is that you just have the money that you have, and for the average person, as we know, in the United States, the average household makes $50,000 a year. That's not a lot of money. And when you talk about breaking free from the cycle and actually being able to have real wealth and real money with the traditional personal finance topics out there, you're not going to be able to do that. So after going back and forth through Miss CFR, I realized that I really want to break out of that. I don't want to be just another personal finance company that talks about, okay, pay off all your debt and become debt free and get a high credit score, and this is how you find a really good job. No, I really realized there's something missing here, and I can't totally put my finger on it because I don't know everything there is to know about personal finance. Hence one of the reasons why we decided to bring in experts, because there's so much to know about your money and things from investing to tax to real estate to everything that's in between. There is no way that one person can do this all by themselves. But at the same time, there's a lot of misguided information. And one of the areas that I really learned this from, and two people that I really like to follow, who talk a lot about this, is Grant Cardone and Ramit Sethi. They are awesome when it comes to really breaking the traditional storyline of personal finance and what it is. So I've realized through all of this that I really want Miss CFO to be something where we get down, dirty, and real about money and what it's really going to take to build real wealth. Now, let me give you some caveats as I say this. A lot of this stuff is going to be very different from what you have heard in the past. The other thing is a lot of this stuff you're going to be like, what the hell did she just say? That doesn't make any sense. What do you mean don't say? What do you mean don't? And it's going to make you question yourself. And with that, I know a lot of people are not going to want to follow this methodology because a lot of it is really eye-open, it's unconventional, and it may take you really out of your comfort zone. But that's what we want you to do, because in your comfort zone is your broke zone. But at the end of this, the goal is to help you to build your net worth and really create wealth. A lot of it's going to be not what you think it is as far as the technical aspect of personal finance. We're not just talking about, how to improve your credit, how to get out of debt, and those things like that. Those things are important, and they are a lot of what we are going to talk about in certain aspects. But a lot of the key and the real deal behind building wealth is not in the technical aspect. A lot of it is in your mindset. So, as I open up that door to talk about mindset, one of the things that we want to do, and we really want to focus on right now in this journey, is making sure that our mindset is tight as fuck. And when I say tight as fuck, I mean solid as a rock, like someone can come and boom and not knock you off of your mindset, because you are that strong and sturdy in what you are. And if you think about the people in our world who have built wealth, and even the people who have come before us, a lot of them are just mentally strong and they're mentally tough. And you think about, how can these people handle these large companies or do all these amazing, exciting things? And that's because their mind is so on another level that the average person just can't even relate to that. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take a deep dive, long journey through building our wealth mindsets. So one of the things and the ways that we're going to do that is by starting our book club. So our book club is going to take place inside of our Facebook group, which the link will be in the comment box below. You can go ahead and sign up and join there. And one of the books that we are going to start with is my personal favorite, which is Think and Grow Rich. As you see, I have it dog tag and flag, and I have my little my plane ticket. That's my bookmark in here. It's underlined, marked. I mean, I've read this book quite a few times, and I always like to share about how Oprah's read this book 13 times and she is a billionaire now. If that is just a hint, clue. But this is one of those books where you have to read it at different phases in your life. I think I first read this book when I was in my early mid-20s, and I've read it about 3-4 times now. And now, being in my early 30s and going through a lot of the experiences that I've had, this book has a whole different meaning for me. But one of the things that we're going to do is to help you to really break down the key principles in Think and Grow Rich, because it's one of those books that will really help you to open up your mind to building wealth and start understanding some of the principles and the things that you need to learn and focus on in order to get there. So what we're going to do is, our goal is to be able to read a book a month. And every week we'll take certain sections of the book and we'll come in the Facebook group and we'll talk about them, answer questions, break them down, and really start to implement those wealth building information that we learn in the books. And we're just going to continue to build on from the books from there. We have a list of books that we're going to start with. So some of the key ones, like Think and Grow Rich, Cash Flow quadrant, which is somewhere in my library. I wish I had my other camera so that I can adjust it up and down and so you can see. But I don't have my wealth books on this shelf, but here and below are a lot of my wealth books. In the other office in the front room are a ton of wealth books and mindset principles, but even little short books that I like where is it? Oh my goodness. Hold on, guys. I just rearranged my bookshelf so everything is not where it was before. Oh, here we go. This one. So this little baby right here, Hung by the Tongue. I mean, this book is 90 pages. I mean, you can literally probably read this in a weekend. But it's one of those books that has just full of such good information. It's one of those mindset books that's really going to start training you to be able to develop the principles and the mentality and the belief and then the actions to start building wealth. So if you are interested in joining us on this journey, if you're a woman and you're like, listen, I've got to make a change in my life. I want to make sure that I set my family up for generations to come. I want to live a good lifestyle and, of course, leave a good lifestyle for my family. Then you need to join us in our Miss CFO Book Club. You can hit the link below, like I said, to join us in our Facebook group. And then also, just for coming here and being such a fabulous lady who decided that she wants to make a big, smart, important step in your life and joining us on this journey to wealth building, then we're going to give you Think and Grow Rich for free as a digital copy. Now, what I would suggest, as I've said, the digital copy is great just to go ahead and get started with us. We're going to start this Sunday at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. But as you can see, I have my dog tag, I have notes in it. If you are like me, I'm really old school when it comes to reading books and things like that. I like physical books that I can touch, I can write in, I can flag and things like that. If you're that type of person, I would suggest actually buying the book. You're going to read it multiple times, and also the link for that, you can buy it from our Amazon account. It's like $12. But trust me, you're going to read it a bunch of times, and you're going to learn so much information for it that if you really learn it and study it and match the information there, the amount of money that you will make from investing $12 in this classic book is going to be like not a no-brainer. So I would suggest actually buying the book and invite a friend and buy the book for her too. Okay, do not go on this journey alone. You do not want to be the only friend with money. Listen, I was there and it was not fun because I would have days where I'm like, shoot, I'm really frustrated at work and I want to go to Mexico. And I call up my friends like, girl, I can't do that. I can't afford to just hop and go somewhere. You don't want to live that lifestyle. So make sure that you grab a friend, a sister, an aunt, somebody, and take them with you so you can have someone, you can have conversations like that with them and talk to them about the book and different things that you're doing. And you can be accountability partners for each other on this journey to success. We are going to do a lot. This is just the first step for us right now as we are on our way to building the Miss CFO Society. And I'll just throw a quick plug out there. We are behind the scenes working on putting the content together for the Miss CFO Society. And what that is going to be the place where we are, our platform for really wealth building. We're going to have tools in there. We're going to have content that covers everything across the spectrum of personal finance that is featured by all of our vetted experts who are going to be sharing and delivering the content. We have different welcome kits that we're going to have that's going to be great that you're going to receive in the mailbox at home. I can't wait for you to see the ideas that we are working on right now. It is hella dope. So I'm super excited about that, and we are really just, really want to turn the personal finance world upside down and really do something here that is going to be really impactful for women and give us the opportunity to, earn what we deserve on our terms and really get this information that we need so that we can be unstoppable. So last thing before I go, if you are interested in supporting us on this mission, then hit the link below. We are definitely seeking funding for this, as like I said, with the wealth kits that we are working on. They are something that is going to be totally amazing, and I wish that I had I can't really show it to you yet, just because I may get in trouble. But I'll just say that it is like, y'all, it's dope. Like when we release it, it's going to be so dope. And I know it's been a while for us to get here, really narrow down what we're working on, but we finally got it. But definitely, if you are interested in becoming, we're seeking founding members who are willing to support us in the early stages and who will have lifetime membership and access to the platform. So if you're like, listen, I'm down for the cause, I believe in what you guys are doing here, and I'm willing to make that investment, then make sure you can hit the link below. If you want to talk to me personally before that and really the details of that, then you can book a you can just hit my business consultation. We can set up a time to talk or anything like that. Shoot me a message, shoot us a DM on Instagram if you're following us. Jump in the group. I mean, there's so many ways that you can talk to myself, or you can talk to Shauna. But definitely, we are open books here. We would love to have you in your support, and also we are also looking for bodies. If you have a skill set, especially when it comes to marketing and branding, and especially digital media marketing and advertising and things like that, and you're like, listen, I love what you guys are doing and I'm willing to be a part of the team. Or if you're just like, listen, I just want to rally a group of women to get on this mission, with you. Hey, we are all for it and looking to, open up our arms as wide as possible, because with our goal to help 10 million women around the globe, we definitely cannot do that as just a team of 2 and with our interns. So we need all the support that we can get, from money to bodies to just saying, hey, on your Facebook or Instagram pages, like, go check out Miss CFO. They are on their way to doing something big. And of course, make sure that you come back to my channel. I'm back. I really miss being here on YouTube, and I spend so much time here watching other people's videos. I'm like, why am I not doing my own? Because this whole thing with wealth and getting our money in order is something that is long overdue for so many women. And it's time, ladies. I mean, it is time. My last thing, and I'm going to go, because my son is going to wake up from a nap. I spent the last 7 days, 6-7 days, in the hospital with my 3-year-old. He has sickle cell disease. He was very ill. And we go to the hospital quite often. Thankfully, not as often as a lot of other kids with sickle cell. But what I think about every time that we have to be admitted to the hospital and we stay there, there's always babies. And when I say babies, I mean babies from little, like probably weeks old babies, to older kids who are often left there alone. I am blessed and thankful that I'm able to be there with my son. His dad is able to be there too, and we can be there together as a family anytime that we need to. But there's so many that aren't able. And why? Because their parents work and they can't sit in the hospital with them all day. They have jobs, they have to work. And I've talked to the nurses about it a lot, and they say, we get it all the time. And just because the parents, they don't have that flexibility to be there with their kids. And I couldn't imagine, especially the first time when I saw this little baby girl there in the hospital by herself and being taken care of by the nurses, and it just broke my heart. And it made me realize how much help we need, especially as moms, to be able to have the opportunity to earn money at any given time on our own terms. Just imagine being able to sit in the hospital and you don't have to worry about money. You can be able to create an opportunity for yourself to be able to have money that's coming in anytime, whether you're in the hospital, you're sleeping, you're on vacation. And that's some of the ways that we want to help you within Miss CFO, to be able to have those opportunities so that money is not an issue for you, especially, being parents. So make sure that you come back. I'm going to try to get here definitely every week, but if not, multiple times a week, and just come and have these conversations with you guys. And then let me know in the comment box below, what is it that you want to learn about? What do you want to know about? What is it that you feel like, dang it, I want to know more about investing, or I want to know just about something, how to manage my money on a regular basis, or what's the best car options to buy. I mean, whatever it is that you want to know, let's talk about it. If I don't know the answer to it, then I have a great Rolodex of financial experts out there who do know the answers, and join us as we kick off the and join us as we kick off the book club starting this Sunday. See you there. Bye.